The Emerging Leaders Forum of Nigeria has cautioned against the recent call by U.S. President Donald Trump for a military invasion of Nigeria, describing it as unacceptable and violation of the nation's sovereignty. Speaking in Abuja on Wednesday, the President of ELFON, Honorable Godstime Chukwubuikem Samuel, said while the group acknowledges Trump's concern over insecurity in Nigeria, any assistance from the United States must come through diplomatic dialogue and mutual cooperation with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
You are all aware of the recent call by the President of the United States of America, Donald Trump, calling for military invasion in Nigeria. As opinion molders and part of today's leadership in our country, we want to make it bold that if Donald Trump really wants to assist us in the fight against terrorism and insecurity in Nigeria, he should liaise with our dear President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for dialogue and assistance. We want to state that we are against any form of military invasion in our country. We urge Donald Trump to liaise with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on best ways he can to support the Nigerian military in the fight against banditry and other social vices in the country.
The ELFON president reaffirmed that Nigeria remains a sovereign nation capable of managing its internal challenges in our own style and warned against any external interference under the guise of counter-terrorism.
We understand the role and assignment of the United States of America by the United Nations Convention on Counter-Terrorism, but then Nigeria is a sovereign nation and we will deal with our problems our own selves.
ELFON also raised alarm over what it described as a coordinated digital campaign by some opposition elements aimed at tarnishing the image of key political allies of President Tinubu ahead of the 2027 general elections. According to Honorable Samuel, intelligence reports revealed that 7 prominent leaders of a major opposition party, along with members of a new group known as Generation Nigeria, recently held a secret meeting in Abuja to devise strategies to distract and socially discredit the president's loyalists.
Reliable intelligence has reportedly emerged, detailing a late-night meeting at a hotel in Abuja involving 7 prominent leaders of a major opposition party and representatives of a new group known as Generation Nigeria. The agenda, sources allegedly centered on strategies to undermine President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's prospects for a re-election in 2027.
Those allegedly targeted for smear and character assassination campaigns include the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, Minister of Regional Development, Abubakar Momo, Minister of the State for Defense, Bello Matawale, National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, Senator Ali Modu Sheriff, former Speaker Yakubu Dogara, and former Delta State Governor James Ibori.
Key resolutions from the meeting allegedly includes plans to target major influential political frontiers of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for reputational attacks, public distraction, and intensified character assassination. These actions for our well-detailed investigation are aimed at weakening the administration's foundation ahead of the general election. One of the opposition leaders, who is said to have participated in the meeting, reportedly identified the ongoing call by President Trump as a significant issue that could hinder President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's election bid, as he emphasized the need to distract and socially discredit key allies of the president to create vulnerabilities. Among those major political diehards of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu allegedly targeted are the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, President Nyesom Wike, the Minister of Regional Development, Abubakar Momo, the Minister of State Defense, Bello Matawale. Others reportedly discussed as targets for possible public name smearing and character assassination include the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, former Governor of Borno State, Senator Ali Modu Sheriff, former Speaker of the House of Representatives, Yakubu Dogara, former Governor of Delta State, James Ibori, and others.
These individuals are seen as key lieutenants pivotal to President Tinubu's potential re-election efforts. ELFON stated, warning that any attempt to destabilize the administration or distract it from governance will be met with strong resistance from patriotic citizens.
Individuals are described as key lieutenants of Mr. President, seen as pivotal to President Tinubu's potential re-election efforts. As emerging leaders of our dear country, Nigeria, we want to warn that it is not yet time for politics and every attempt to discredit or distract our President Bola Ahmed Tinubu from governance in any guise whatsoever will be met with stiff resistance by majority of us, the citizens of this country.
He further cautioned that opposition leaders allegedly planning demonstrations against the government to desist from acts that could threaten national peace and stability.
Opposition leaders and their link men, even within the president's-led administration, finding embers of discord to destabilize our dear country, Nigeria, for their selfish political reasons, are warned to refrain from their planned mobilization of demonstration scheduled to hold sometime within this month. Else, we will begin to call them out as sponsors of insecurity and persons of security.
In a related development, ELFON urged President Tinubu to establish youth directorate within all newly created regional development commissions as a deliberate strategy to boost youth participation and development across Nigeria's 6 geopolitical zones.
We want to call on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to create youth directorate for the regional development commission to boost youth development drive in the 6 geopolitical zones of our nation. You can agree with me that 6 geopolitical zone regional development commissions were created by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We urge him to create youth directorates in all those geopolitical zone development commissions to boost youth development in our country.
The forum emphasized that such inclusion would enhance capacity building, employment, and civic engagement opportunities for young Nigerians.
All hands must be on deck for a better Nigeria, irrespective of our tribes, religion, region, or religious beliefs. Security agencies must prosecute sponsors of terrorism in this country and also prosecute the sponsors of banditry and insecurity in our country, Nigeria.